Hey guys, it's your girl Alexi from Red Carpet Fly, and I'm back with another movie trailer review. I hope you guys are enjoying these reviews slash reactions as much as I am enjoying making them. Full disclosure, when I watch these movie trailers, it's my first time watching them, so I'm literally sharing a genuine experience with you. Also, while I do a little bit of background homework, I don't know the whole story or the movie, so my opinions on the movie trailer are just assumptions. So don't consider these opinions as facts. I'm just putting the pieces together from the movie trailer and just making generalizations. Now that we got all that housekeeping stuff out of the way, today I will be reviewing slash reacting to the movie Cherry, starring Tom Holland, aka Spidey. You know him because he plays Spider Man in Spider Man Homecoming and in all the Avenger movies. Anyway, in this movie, Holland plays a disenfranchised young man from Ohio who meets the love of his life only to risk losing her through a series of bad decisions and challenging life circumstances. I believe Holland is an army medic with PTSD and becomes addicted to opioids and starts robbing banks to pay for his addiction. This movie touches a little bit of a nerve for me as I have some experience with a loved one with PTSD, but we'll get to that later. Let's get into this trailer.
I'm 23 years old, and sometimes I wonder if life was wasted on me. I take all the beautiful things to heart till I about die from it. If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing. Hey, I'm really happy you're here.
Why is that?
Because I like you. But there never seems to be enough time to do. You're it for me.
I feel the same way.
I joined the army.
Why would you do that?
Sometimes I feel like I've already seen everything that's gonna happen. And it's a nightmare. My one true accomplishment was not dying. I have this noise in my head.
It'll stop. One day it'll go quiet.
I don't imagine that anyone goes in for a robbery if they're not in some kind of desperation. I've been at this a while now, and it's no secret what my face looks like. Get on the ground!
The one thing about robbing banks is you're mostly robbing women, so the last thing you want to be is rude. Ma'am, it's nothing personal.
You're gonna make it through this. I love you.
Can you look back to when you met the one you loved the most? And remember exactly how it was? What you saw in her that made you say, yes, this is what I came here for. Sometimes I feel like I've already seen everything that's gonna happen. And it's a nightmare.
Okay, so my thoughts here. First of all, I love the cinematography of this whole movie. It just looks it looks nostalgic and it looks very like just sentimental. I don't know how to explain it, but it very much feels like something familiar. And like I said, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but I really like how the movie is shot. I also, of course, love his like first person narrative. You know, like he's telling us a story, kind of like he's walking us through his memories. So I really like that. Also, Tom Holland is, I feel like. Yeah, he's a good actor. All I've seen him in is in Spider Man. So this is really refreshing to see him as, as a young man as a soldier, I'm just gonna flip through some pictures here. I really think that he was able to embody and capture what it feels like for a young man to go through, kind of like the whole thing of going through basic and then being in the military. And it's just so there's so many reasons why people join the military, and it's not always to just serve their country. Sometimes it's because they have no other options, or that might be the best option for them. So, like, I don't know if that's the case in this movie, but I feel like that might be the case. Um, Here he is where he's like deployed. I'm not quite sure where he's deployed at, but yeah, he looks like a young kid that's like out on the battlefield. I thought it was super touching for him to have, to capture that moment where he's talking to his girlfriend back at home. It's really important, those type of phone calls, because I believe it keeps soldiers going. If they know they have something to fight for, if they know they have something to come back home to, yeah, I think that keeps them from not succumbing to the pressure or succumbing to all the pressure that's going on over there. So I thought that was a really cute, like, a little cute moment, and I'm glad that they put that in the movie. So when he comes back, I know this is a fictional movie. I think that it's very, I kind of feel like it is kind of like Spider-Man, because Spider-Man also kind of talks to like the audience as well. So, yeah, I thought it was funny when he was saying that, you're robbing women, so you wanna be polite, while you have a gun in your face. So I thought that was kind of funny. Uh, PTSD, it's like a crazy kind of condition, right? Because it'll drive you to some things. So, yeah, my thoughts about this movie is that, okay, I have mixed thoughts on this, and I have mixed thoughts on it because it's just personal experience with PTSD. This, like I said, while this is a fictional movie, PTSD is no joke. While the military does very little to help prepare soldiers for what might happen, and they prepare the family even less. As I mentioned earlier, I had some experience with a loved one dealing with PTSD. When I was in college, my boyfriend he was an army medic, and he got deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan. They really don't let friends and family know where he was located. To make a really long story short, though, he was riding in a tank with his platoon, and they rolled over an IED and blew up the tank. While he didn't die, he got shrapnel all on his side, on the inside of his arm and his elbow, and the guy who was driving the tank got full military discharge because his injuries were so extensive. They didn't send my ex home. They sent him to Germany to recover, and when he recovered, they sent him right back into the battlefield. And that wasn't his last time rolling over an IED. The second time, he was with his squadron, and they rolled over an IED. While he didn't get shrapnel or blown up or anything, I believe the car flipped over, and he got a severe concussion. And I apologize for the vagueness of my stories. It's just that, like, my ex didn't really tell me too many times about the story, and I didn't want him to relive it. So, he may have came back home alive, but he was very different, and he couldn't stand loud noises or crowds. He got agitated easily and was often very distant. And that's really scary. It's really scary seeing a loved one that you can't connect with that needs help. And it's all because they're haunted by the experiences of being deployed. And I can easily see how a soldier can come back with a substance abuse problem. I never dealt with someone that had PTSD, and ultimately those ended our relationship. The military offered him very little support, and me even less. They constantly kept changing his therapist, and he had to retell his story, which was making him irritated and frustrated. And, for me, I was just supposed to deal with it. Someone who has obviously gone through something very traumatic, and I was very ill-equipped to deal with something that serious. And I know there were probably instances where he was having an episode, and I just probably handled it badly, but I had no idea what I was doing. There's so much about PTSD that people don't talk about. And let me tell you, it's no joke. And also thinking about that, when he came back, he was like sick for 2 years after that, and me being the paranoid conspiracy theorist, I was like, did they do some Manchurian candidate experiments on him? But anyways, it's very, very serious PTSD. And again, while Cherry is just a fictional story, dealing with PTSD is not. And now that me and my ex were friends and we talk occasionally, he says that the best way that he deals with his PTSD is going to group therapy with other veterans because he feels like a sense of community with them. And, it's okay to ask for help. I know my ex back then was black, and in the black community there's a stigma around going to a therapist or getting any kind of mental help. And if you're dealing with PTSD, go get some help. I know in other communities it's like that as well, but go get some help because it can truly be a lifesaver. I'm gonna go ahead and put some information in the bottom, in the comment, not the comment box, but in the description box, so that I can refer you to get some help if you know anyone that's currently suffering with this. I don't know. The verdict is still out if I'm going to see this movie or not. I am a Tom Holland fan. I liked him as Spider-Man, so I might see this. It premieres on March 12th on Apple Plus. So I don't know. Comment below. Let me know if you're going to see it, if you're not going to see it. Like I said, I still have like mixed feelings about this, but we'll see. I'll do it for Spidey, Anyways, guys, if you like this and you want to see more, you know what to do. Like, follow, and subscribe. And until next time, or the next movie trailer review, always stay fly.